What's the meaning of this? I thought you said he was your ex and you've broken up with him.
Yes, I did. It's just my friend.
You mean you're friends with your ex?
He's just a friend.
No, don't tell me that. I'm not comfortable with this and I will never be.
Babe.
Hello and welcome to the program Hot Button. Sometimes in life, love becomes so beautiful and sweet that letting go becomes so hard. But loving in the right direction brings about and beams the hope for a more beautiful and loving memories. My name is Johnny Ode, and with me on the program are
Onella James.
and
Esther Annan.
welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Today we are going to be looking at keeping an ex when in a relationship. I'll come straight to you, James. What do you think about that?
Okay, I think it's very, very, very risky to keep an ex when you're in a relationship. I would say a no to that. I mean, don't even go there.
Wow.
It's something present, and you should deal with the present relationship. Let's go of the past. Not your ex. You don't have any business with your ex again.
Okay.
So face what you're in right now and be more involved in it, and don't let your ex, distract you from your current relationship.
So an ex is a distraction for your current relationship.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
That's what
Let
I'm
me hear from you, Esther.
It's absolutely fine to have an ex as a close friend when you're in another relationship. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Why would that be?
Well, because there are times when the ex in question is not a threat to the relationship. There are a lot of situations where one has been able to let go of the baggage, so why make oneself a prisoner?
Okay, so
What can be free?
so what are the major dangers, attached to that would discourage someone from having an ex as a close friend when in a relationship?
See, the first problem is we're all humans. I mean, if you can accept the fact that we're all humans and we have the propensity of falling, then it will be very, very dangerous and, somehow foolish for you to go back and being close friend with an ex. Your ex knows you very well.
Okay.
There are things your ex knows about you that you might not even be proud enough to tell your current person you're in a relationship with. And
Okay.
if your ex brings up topics like that, there are propensities that you might want to go back. You might have the same feeling again. No matter how far, how long it must have been that you guys broke up. As far as you move closer to being that close friend with an ex, you memories keep replaying on your head and, the feelings are there. Humans, you'd start growing up that feelings again. So it's better you keep that safe distance and don't come close. Give yourself safe distance. When you see an ex, you can do the high greetings and you go your way. But when it comes to you coming together to do things, you start bringing up past memories, and before you know, you might want to start comparing your ex with your present person you're in a relationship with, and that way you start judging that person by the way your ex, the standard of your ex, and that would bring great problem to your relationship.
So what you're saying is you have to be civil with your ex so that you don't start bringing back memories that could regenerate another relationship, and then also so that your ex will not be a distraction in your current relationship. So
Yes.
if an ex is a distraction in a current relationship, why keep the ex?
It's not in every case that an ex is a distraction.
Okay.
For instance, there are some exes that started projects with the one that they were once in a relationship with.
Okay.
Would you just sign it off? This is someone who is bringing money to the table in even the current relationship you are in. For all you know, that project is going to bring you money for the wedding you're going to have with your current lady or man. So really, it's not every time and in all cases that an ex is a distraction. Sometimes it is actually a plus.
So you would rather have friendship with the ex.
Yeah, sustain the friendship.
And so sometimes what you're saying is sustain a friendship with an ex. There are times that an ex could be somebody you are in a project with
Oh,
from the
yes.
past, and then you don't have to let that project die just because you have gotten into a relationship. So what you're saying is relationship should not be, how should I put it now? Should not be against an instituted friendship.
You shouldn't.
So should relationship be a problem for friendship?
As more as I would love to agree with what she said, I still have an issue with that. Even in the Bible, Jesus said, the Bible says, love love the world, love your neighbor as yourself. I mean, there's already a slated institution we should follow when it comes to loving one another. And to that extent too, there must be a limit to which you do things. I mean, the fact that I'm in a relationship with an ex because we were friends before, we were business partners, still there needs to be that kind of limit to whatever we do as business partners again. We don't meet and you hug me again. It shouldn't go that way. I mean, even when you meet as business partners, let it be strictly business. Don't give room for suspicion to the person you are in a relationship with presently, so that you don't ruin this current relationship because of one former friendship you want to keep with an ex.
Okay, so how would you handle a situation like that, where the person you're in a relationship with is feeling like, oh, come on, man, something was going on. So what are you going to do to reassure this person? Like, okay, this is strictly a business meeting. We're doing business, and then you don't have any cause to be worried about what we're doing.
Oh, well, if there would be that level of formality, then it should be made known to the other person, the person you're currently in a relationship with. You should let the person know that this is my ex, yes, indeed, because of course she's going to hear about it, all right? And it should be known to the person that we are not doing any other thing aside that. It will come with a level of trust. Whether or not you explain head to tail what is going on between the two of you, some level of trust is important. So even aside explaining things, well, of course, restricting calls at certain times of the day could help. And then also, I think that the lady who you are dating with now should be able to freely pick your call if it's that person, and not have to say, oh, it is this person and you're having a panic attack. And no, all of those signs make the other person feel insecure. So
So if I'm gathering, what I'm hearing from you is, if you are open from the beginning to your present relationship about your ex, it is going to be a way to close up that hole of suspicion. And then if you try to limit the kind of activity you have with your ex, like taking calls and all that at odd hours, and also being confident enough to take the call from an ex in the presence of the person in your relationship, it helps to build such kind of confidence.
Exactly.
So what do you think? If something like that is going on, James, you have a girlfriend and then her ex calls and then they're talking business, is that supposed to be a problem? Especially, you may not hear everything, but she tells you they're talking business. How is that supposed to be a problem?
I don't think that's supposed to be a problem. I mean, that's where the issue of trust comes in, just like you said. I mean, when you trust your partner, you would have that peace of mind that even though your partner goes out to talk with the ex, there's nothing going wrong. I mean, you need to have be open-minded and open up to your partner. Let your partner know what's going on. Like, this is my business partner, and don't make that mistake of keeping it a secret. Introduce your partner to your ex when it comes to issues like that, so that when your partner sees you with your ex tomorrow, your partner won't need to hear from another person that, don't you recognize that guy, that lady? That's her ex, that's his ex. I mean, you know already. So you can easily tell an humor monger that, come on, leave it. That's our ex, and I know they're business partners. So that way, you're at peace that no one will see you and go around saying something else behind you. And the partner is also at peace that, my partner is safe where he or she is and is doing well. And the trust is what matters most in situations like this.
Is what matters most. I love that. Trust. So where trust is established, you don't have a problem. So where trust is established, why would you have a problem when your present relationship, your present partner is having a friendship with the ex? You've talked about trust. So if there is trust, why would you have a problem when your partner is having a relationship, a friendship, close friendship with an ex?
I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, the friendship, the kind of friendship you have really matters. You should be able to define your friendship. I mean, when I call someone my friend, close friend, there are things I can do with my friend. There are issues I can discuss with my friend. So I think if there's one greater friend, one best friend you need most, it should be the person you're in a current relationship with. Should be the person you can discuss anything with. I mean, tell anything. You don't discuss personal things. I mean, things are very important with your ex. It doesn't concern your ex. Your ex is a past tense, something that once happened in your life, and now this is a new one for you, a new beginning. So let go of that past, face what's at hand, and discuss whatever you have with your present person you're in a relationship with, and just define your relationship with your ex. Don't bring everything to the table with an ex, so that you don't get in trouble.
Okay, so define your relationship with an ex. And above all, what you're saying is, if there is any friend, any close friend you need, it should be the one you're in relationship. Wow. Does that determine it? An ex maybe you have been with for how many years, and then all of a sudden you're in a relationship, and then that's the person you want to establish a new friendship with. Do you agree with that? Because there was a time that maybe that particular ex was the person you were sharing all your stories and everything and ideas with, and all of a sudden you have a relationship, and that person says he is the friend you need. Do you think it works like that all the time?
This is difficult. Why? Because there are times when, aside the fact that they grew to know each other, there are times when these individuals have actually lived. Some of them have established their friendship since childhood. Okay, Proverbs says there's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. Okay, so there are honestly times, depending on the personality of the individual they are now in the relationship with, you may find it difficult discussing some issues with the other person, especially with regards to that second individual. Because if the person...
By individual, I need to understand your individual.
The new person you're with.
Okay, your present relationship.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, there may be times when your ex would have pointed out a character trait to you. Okay? That your new girlfriend or your new boyfriend now tells you that, I see this about you and I don't like it. You may want to go back to that old friend, your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend, to ask about, okay, when you said this is what you didn't like about me, what actually did you mean? You understand? So yes, the person might have been your best friend from childhood and knows you even more than this new one, and you may want to go back sometimes to ask about it. So I don't believe that it is an absolute. Yes, there may be danger signs, but yes, when the person is like a brother or a sister to you, it's just like talking to your brother or sister. There's
So
really nothing
if
there.
you are so close to your ex, and then there are things you need to fall back to him to ask, so you begin to look at him as a brother rather than an ex, and there wouldn't be any form of room to bring up any kind of old things. Do you share in that? Do you think that is a clean way to go? It's also risky to do that.
I think it's a big risk to take, because if you get too attached with your ex and you can gain that trust with the person you're in a relationship with, it will take a long while, especially when you guys are married. Do you take your matters back to your ex again
To discuss?
The fact that you gained your ex trust means if you wait a while too and you have that patience, you gain the trust of that your present person you're in a relationship with. Just give him or her time. I mean, get to know the person too. Work with her. You didn't just gain the trust of your ex a day. You didn't wake up one day and say, I gained your trust. It took time. You guys built it together. So stay with this person now. Build the trust. I mean, stay with them. Learn from each other. Share ideas together and see how you can better improve on. I mean, because there's no you want to go back to ex and start discussing issues that you won't bring back the emotions. I mean, we're all humans. And so before you know it, the attachment start coming together, and you would feel that a part of you can do without the ex. And how do you now deal with the person you're with in the relationship right now?
Okay, from what I'm gathering, deal with your ex in a very, very civilized way and don't allow emotions to run in. I want us to look at this point again. Is it ideal to help an ex when he or she is in need? And are we obligated to tell the person we're in a relationship at the moment? Okay.
Before we went on the break, I mentioned a biblical injunction that says, love your neighbor as yourself. It's normal for you to help an ex. If the help is not that kind of help that would really mar your present relationship.
And
I mean,
what kind of help would that be?
I'm talking about normal help if you're going on the road.
I'm talking about the one that wouldn't mar the relationship.
Okay, the one that wouldn't mar the relationship.
Yes.
Your ex needs you. You're going on the road. Your ex car broke down. You are in the. You have what it takes to help. You come back and you help. Your ex needs transport fare. You give. Your help needs probably promotion. You probably work at the same place of work and she deserves it. And you're in the position to help because you're the boss. You can give that. I mean other things like that. And in that case, I feel it's safe for you to tell your partner when you get back home. I mean, so today I helped an ex. Before tomorrow, you would hear from somewhere. Your partner will hear from somewhere that your partner did this to an ex, and the partner would go on flame. I mean, and understand who your partner is too. I mean, there might be some who might not get angry over it, but once you understand that your partner is a jealous type that doesn't want to hear anything about your ex, so it's safe when you open up. This is what I did for an ex, so that tomorrow when your partner hears about it somewhere else, your partner will be safe about it and will trust you more.
Okay, so what do you think about that? To help an ex, you know.
It is a good thing to do so. Yes, one good turn deserves another. You probably would have had help from that individual, your ex, and it's good to also help the person in return. Besides, who knows if your own current boyfriend or girlfriend won't need the ex's help. You know, we are humans. We are not. No one is an island.
Okay.
You know, so it's very important that if it's within your power, do good to all men. Be at peace with all men. Give it to him.
Be
Give it
at
to her.
peace with all men. I like the
Yes.
sound of that. But there was something she said that struck me. She said one good turn deserves another, which means there were certain things the ex must have done from the past that would make her render that kind of help. Meanwhile, you came from the angle of we are all humans. A human being needs help. Do you think she's not coming with a little bit of emotion? One good turn deserves another. And if you are, as a boyfriend, gets that kind of experience, oh, well, my ex is somebody that has helped me so much, I want to help. Would you have a problem with that?
I think I have a problem with that. I mean, helping your ex should not have anything to do with your ex helping you in time past. Of course, if you're in a relationship with someone, I mean, that's that probability of them helping you more. So why should you base your standards on that because you received an help from an ex in time past, you want to help them now?
But they're not enemies.
I know they're
And
not
the person
enemies.
probably would have rendered some help.
So I feel even without you receiving help from your ex, you should be able to help them. Help them because they are humans like you, not because they deserve it or because they helped you in time past.
So if that's what your boyfriend is saying, what would you do?
That
You shouldn't help him because he helped you in the past. You should have just helped him because he's a human being.
Oh, well, yes, I'm not taking away the fact that he's a human being.
Okay.
But then, if the person has helped you in time past, it is just human also to help the person back.
So there
It's
is
just
not
human.
there is no problem with
There's
that.
no problem with
Well,
that.
I think we are almost on the same line. It's just that a little bit of line there, doing it for old time's sake, and then doing it for the sake of humanity. But if we look at it generally overall, it's still like doing it from the human point of view. Now, I want to specifically understand something. If your ex today is sick in the hospital,
Okay.
and then you are the only person he knows in that town, he needs someone to bring him food, he needs someone to stay there with him overnight and take care of him. Would you be willing to help, to give out the help?
Absolutely. Why not? Why not? It's just human. It's just right. There's no we are not enemies, for crying out loud. Even if he were a stranger, I would do the same. So why would I do it to someone who once was a friend?
So,
I will.
considering that, an ex, based on what she has said now, your girlfriend tells you, okay, I'm cooking to go give my ex, he's in the hospital, I'll probably be there for like 2 days until he's discharged. What's your position about that?
I think I'm okay with it to an extent. I mean, you should help someone in need,
Okay,
be it your ex or whoever.
okay.
So the fact that your ex needs your help at that point, or your partner's ex, should mean your partner should respond, or you should
Okay.
respond to help the person, because it
Alright.
might be something urgent involving life. But if the situation is not too urgent, not too terrible as the way it may be, there's no need of your partner staying there overnight. I mean, if it's something the nurses and the doctors could take care of, I mean, why should you stay? Just render the help. If you have the means of paying the medical bills, pay it very well. And if you can give food, come on, give the food. You're doing it for God. You're doing it because we're all humans. But staying there overnight, I don't think it's really that necessary.
Don't think that is really necessary, but be good, do good to humans. Just do it based on the fact that you're helping a fellow human being who is in need, just like Christ told us to do so. Whatsoever you do to the least of my brother, that
You've done
you
to
do
me.
unto me. But not to be done on the side of old time sake, old time memories. Now, talking about memories now, should we keep memories such as pictures, online posts, and then gifts and all that from an ex?
What? Keep what?
Memories.
So I would say that's
Things
really,
that are given as memorabilia, should we keep them?
that would be the greatest carelessness of all time. Because memories, the more you look at things, the better you assimilate them. I mean, when you look at the picture very regularly, the videos keep playing in your mind, and you tend to remember the good times, and you want to compare with what you are right now. And if peradventure the present person you're in a relationship with is not treating you to that extent you want it, then you start comparing. You know, when I was my ex wouldn't do it to me. If I needed something, my ex will get it for me. I mean, I feel you should not keep pictures of your ex like that. If you want to have a picture with an ex, maybe like a picture. So this picture shouldn't be that intimate picture. You don't need it again. It's an ex. Why not fill your phones with the current picture of the person you're in a relationship with? I mean, for your online posts, you may not be able to delete all of those posts because, I mean, who knows how long you guys lasted in the relationship.
Okay.
But for the ones you can delete, delete them. I mean, as for the gifts, I mean, everybody give gifts.
Okay.
And so gifts are generous donations. And since they were given to you as gifts, like they were tagged, gifts, so you can keep the gifts. But if the gifts would distract you too, I mean, there are some gifts that when you have them, you look at them like this, it brings back memories. For example, a partner, an ex gives you a frame, the both of you hugging each other, and you still have the same frame in your house, the very big frame.
Okay.
Come on. There's no how you want to do it. Your present person you're in a relationship with will always feel jealous.
Wow.
Anytime he or she sees the frame. So it's better you do away with that kind of frame. Keep it anywhere. Just let it go. Keep it from sight. I mean, that way you'd be able to, I mean, have the joy you need in your relationship and
Okay,
you'll be happy.
to be content in your relationship and
Yes.
let go. Do you share in that? You destroy all the old pictures and then even post if you have to reach them. You throw them all away. So do you think, would you be comfortable with that?
So my partner bought me a chair, I burn it. He got me a nice shoe that I like, I burn it. He got me a nice shoe, What are you talking about?
What about pictures?
Pictures, I understand.
Okay.
Pictures of you hugging, pictures of you doing things that you know would bring you that kind of memory. Pictures of places that you have been. Well, in that regard, you may want to put them away.
So you
But-
put away the one he is in or the one you took personally at the same location.
That is what I'm coming to.
Okay.
That I went to a place that I really like, and perhaps we took pictures together
Okay.
at that same location, and there's another one that I took alone. That's still going to remind me of where I was, and of
Okay,
course,
that's
it's going
what
to
I was
remind
gonna
me
say.
of where that I was there with you. So why would I want to burn away everything, including, so for instance, a picture of the sort, or that I was on the horse, I rode on a horse, I took it alone, then I took it with you,
Or he probably took the picture.
or thank you.
So would
I
you
would
subscribe
definitely
to that?
remember.
The ex actually took the picture. Wouldn't that still bring back memories? Should she destroy that?
I think that's okay to an extent. There's some you can just do away with.
You just don't want to see the
But
ex.
there are some that I mean, they are very obvious.
Okay.
But once you see it, you yourself, you know this is trouble.
Okay.
So don't play with it. Why
Okay.
should you go to that extent of playing with fire? I mean, there's this African proverb that says, "What you know it, you don't bring it close to your nose. You don't just perceive it."
Okay.
So why should you do that?
Okay, so why should you do that? You keep those gifts will still remind, especially maybe he gave it to you on a Valentine's Day, or he gave it to you on your very special birthday in a very wonderful romantic place. Why would you still keep that?
If that is the case, if it's going to bring back the memories, okay, that level of intimacy, then I understand it is dangerous.
Okay.
However, what I'm saying is that you can't wipe away every form of memory. What about the one that is stored up here? What about the drinks you would have? What about the music that someone would play in the blue moon? Of course, you didn't probably put the song into the player.
And it's
There are
probably a
songs
song you guys
that
used
you
to
guys
get
share,
together.
or
Okay?
even a dance that you did together. That's one day would see, and I had this. There are some things that you really cannot do away with. So
Okay.
if you go by the mindset that whatever I ever shared with my ex, I'm going to do away with, then you're going to kill yourself. because there are things that would remind you every now and then. So what I'm saying is that don't keep it in mind that I'm going to wipe memory, and then when those memories come, you just start feeling also guilty, as though you are cheating on the other person. They are natural. They would come back. If it's something you love, my brother, keep it. Keep that shoe.
Brother, keep it. If something you love, keep that shoe. Well, let's wrap up quickly. How best can we, as Christian young people, how are we expected to relate with an ex when we are in a relationship?
Okay, first let me point out that your ex might be your choir member in church.
Okay.
Might be the Sabbath school coordinator in church.
Okay.
Might be your lesson study teacher. So whatever it is, there's a probability of meeting your ex every or anywhere you go. So your ex should be people you relate with as casual friends.
Casual friends.
You mean there's no crime in greeting your friends.
Okay.
There's no crime in asking them how you doing. It's been a while, but there should just be that safe distance between your ex and the person you're in a current relationship with.
There should be a safe distance between you and the person you're currently in a relationship. Very quickly, what would we do as young people? How should we relate with an ex when in a relationship?
Of course, I believe that as Christians, our relationship should be clean.
Okay.
No sexual activity or sexual form of intimacy in that regard. So it should be you should be able to relate the way you relate with the person normally. Of course, not calling him by his pet name.
Okay.
Hey, J Boo. No, I don't remember. I don't think you should be doing that. But then, yes, there should be. It should even be obvious to the church members that you people are no more together, so that it won't bring up any. Of course, you will also be locking him or her up if you don't make it known to others. So just relate normally the way you were before you even started having a relationship. If you are done with church, go your way, let her go his or her way, and you're good to go.
All right, there you have it. You've heard it all. Have trust established in your relationship. If there is mutual trust between you, I believe when you find your partner with an ex or they're standing, the first impression wouldn't be that something is going on between them. First of all, establish that trust between you and your partner and let your relationship go very well. And on the other hand as well, remember, old things have passed away. Don't attach too much emotions to your ex. It wouldn't do you any good. It wouldn't do the present relationship any good. So it's on this note that we leave you here today. We hope you join us same time next week. God bless you for being a part of us today. Bye.